question
things
is,
done in the name of Christianity have not been in the way that people have been
but
treated.
yeah,
It's not-
but I could go out and kill somebody and say, Lily told me to do that today. That's, just because somebody does that in one's name doesn't mean that's a proper interpretation of who Christ really was. Christ said to love and pray for your enemy. That is a different philosophy than any other religion. To love and pray for enemies is unheard of in religion. The other thing is that he said, lay your life down. Lay your life down for your friends. Lay your life down for others. That's unheard of. One other thing that he also says is that if your enemy asks for your coat, give them your shirt too. The Roman centurions, I don't know if you knew this in Roman history, but the Roman centurions, by any of the societies that they had overrun, right? Any of the societies that Rome had overrun, the centurions had the ability to walk up to any one of those people and say, carry my equipment. And those people had to carry their equipment 1 mile. That was in all of the Roman Empire. Anyone they chose had to carry the equipment 1 mile. This is why Jesus said, if they say go 1 mile with them, go 2. Because Christ's principles and teachings are not of our own understanding. They're way beyond what we understand. And this is the funny part. You keep saying, I'm good. We're good. People are good. Scripture says, no, not one is good. No, not one. There's only one.
With empathy that have not been introduced to religion at all.
Yes,
So
I
how
agree.
are you going to see that
But isn't that evidence of a creator that made you that way?
That's evidence of morals without religion.
Can't be morals without. Animals do not have morals.
Yes, they do.
They do not, kiddo.
They mourn.
They kill, and they eat, and they destroy.
And they push out violence.
Well, who pushes out? What violence is pushed out? Where do you see in the natural selection of things violence being pushed out?
The cockroaches I told you about. They're a peaceful colony, and if a male cockroach tries to force himself onto a female cockroach, the other males will force him out of the colony.
It's also one of the only things that will survive a nuclear attack. Having said that, I don't necessarily know that I'm going to put I'm going to rest my eggs in the basket of Mr. Cockroach. But bearing that in mind, it isn't that it's a bad thing. But for the most part, if you look, we can take 2 or 3 examples of just about anything and make it fit the narrative. I usually talk in broad scale, what's the preponderance of the evidence? Most animals are not, they don't exhibit morals. They exhibit survival of the fittest. Most. There are some species, I'm sure, that don't do that. But the vast majority do. I would think, though, that human beings are probably the worst of the animal species, because we know that we are. A lobster's favorite meal is lobster. Yes, it is. Hey, tigers eat their young in case they get hungry. Mine too, Britt. Me too. Yeah, I'm in with Joe. Me too. Lobster. But actually, me loving lobster fits with what Lily was saying, which is, human beings are violent. So, but no, you have some excellent perspectives and excellent questions. And I don't think that I don't want to tell you, I think that what you're asking is really, truly, I think it's excellent. I think that someone who wants to know these things, I truly think you'll find that answer. But I just would ask you, as somebody who would love to mentor you in that respect, I just would ask you to be open to it. Don't close your mind to any possibility, whether God or otherwise. Don't close your mind to it. Don't close your heart to it. Because I think as we get older and we take in more things and we see more things and we experience more things, some things start to get illuminated. And as they are illuminated, we start to go, ooh, that's different than I thought. And again, I think you're asking wonderful questions, kiddo. I think your ability to ask questions is important. And I don't know, what are you thinking, Mom?
I think I'm pretty proud of my kid.
Yeah. What's the honestly?
She doesn't like to hear that.
Why?
No.
Wait, or why?
That's genetic from the dad's side.
No, but why? What's the what?
I don't know. This isn't therapy. I don't know. I don't want to
No,
unlock
but
my
ask-
deepest, darkest.
No, actually,
You are on the couch.
yes, that is the therapy couch, by the way. That's what it's there for. I usually have either your mom or your dad giving it to me. So, anyway, seriously, you, mom and dad are proud of you. That's a good thing.
Okay.
You don't have. Oh my goodness gracious.
So
Oh my goodness gracious.
Lily has a healthy dose of skepticism and angst and rebellion from both me and Joe. And honestly,
That's not true.
It's just cat.
no, he's rebelling against me.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Sorry, Joe.
He's skeptical of what I say.
Yeah.
No, it really is, at this point in either of our lives, you would not have found us walking with the Lord. You would not have found us even espousing, I would say I was Christian, but I really wasn't doing anything with
I
it.
definitely wasn't.
Joe was like, yeah, I went to church when I was a kid, of
Yeah.
course. And,
Yeah.
and it really wasn't until later that thought even came to mind that we should
Yeah.
do that we should go to church. And then the actual living for Christ, that has been a long process. I mean, you're catching us at 50. You should have seen us at 30. It wasn't pretty, and let's not even talk about 18. But
Right? Oh, goodness gracious.
But I go back. I mentioned this in one of my devotionals that I wrote. I go back all the time to Thomas Jefferson. If there is a God, I would think that he would rather honest questioning than blindfolded fear.
Yeah, I think that what Lily was willing to do, she's getting ready, she's getting antsy.
Oh yeah,
All right,
definitely.
1 minute. What I think, Lily, what you were willing to do here tonight is an excellent display of being brave, so thank you. We appreciate it. And 2, being honest. You can't get honest answers without being honest, right? Honest questions produce honest answers. And God's not afraid of your questioning. He is not. He actually welcomes it because there are answers, and he will give them to you. There's one verse that I'd love to leave you with. If you seek me, I will be found. I love that verse because he's not necessarily saying that when you pray once, yes, Britt, thank you. When you pray 1 or 2 times about, hey, show up. It's a constant seeking. And eventually, I think you find it. Because I know I did. I think you'll find it. But it's just being open to seeking. And just don't close your heart or your mind off to the possibility, right? Because I think if you allow it just to be open enough to hear some things and to listen, the right examples of Christ will change your mind. I mean that sincerely. The people who will display him properly will get you to go, oh, wait a minute. That's different than I thought. That looks different than I thought. That felt different than I thought. You know what I mean? It might not happen right away, kiddo. You might wind up my age before you feel it. Then by that time you're like, you know, that fat old man that night told me I was going to experience this thing. Next thing you know, I'm 65 years old, right? That's how it happens in life. I never thought I was going to be a fat 61-year-old sitting on a chair here in the middle of nowhere. But that's what God does when you let him.
Gotta focus on my own life for now.
Oh, I got you. Focus on your life.
That's
Listen,
also, I don't
it's a good
care
thing.
right now is the
I
thing.
know.
I've got stuff going on.
I know.
I don't care.
You're good. You're good. You're good. And that's absolutely okay. What you being here is awesome. I mean that sincerely. You being here and just allowing the conversation to flow is a good thing. So please don't. If you don't care, you don't care. If you're not there, you're not there. I'm good with it.
We
But
love you no matter what.
that's right. We love you no matter what. Wherever you are, we got to love you right where you're at. So Jesus did, honestly. He
And we're
loved
not
people
just
right
saying
where they
that.
at.
I know you're not.
He's not either.
Okay.
No, I'm definitely not.
That's just me. I'm the only
Your
one.
dad definitely is, actually. He's just saying it. Yeah, Britt had two great comments. Yes, lobsters do eat lobsters, and then Joe followed that up with, and they're our favorites, so thank you. And yes, we are all super grateful that she was willing to come in. Lily was willing to come in, because I don't know many 22-year-olds that would come in and give that honest
Oh, she is
opinion.
fearless.
Yeah, no,
Fearless.
that's good. Honestly, it's good stuff. Most people would just go along to get along. So having differing opinions is not a challenge. Anyway, look, I'm gonna point that way because I gotta point that way. I think.
No.
That way. Lily has had it. So
She's done.
Look, here's what we'll do. We'll let Lily have it, and we just want to say, listen, you guys, we love you and we thank you very much, Lily, truly for coming in. We thank you, and I think that, you and I can probably get. Okay, that is outstanding. Kat and I think one of the things we should do next week, and Bill and Laura and everybody else, one of the things we should truly do is understand what we just heard from Lily.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful opportunity to say, okay, how do we make not only Lily and people her age, right, the young adults, but how do we make them feel like our love is genuine?
With no ulterior motives.
Yeah, there is no ulterior motive. And yes, the funny thing is, yes, do I believe that God has a prescriptive remedy for our lives? Absolutely, I do. I do. But I don't think that is I don't think, one, we can take those from, I don't think it's a separate position from me loving Lily or loving some of the younger guys that are coming in now, Antonio and, Bernie and Chris and even Angelo who made it here and some of the, Jared and Josh, they're all these young adults that are coming here, and even Matt and Kyle who have been here for a while, Kevin, those younger people that are coming in, we got to love you. We love you where you are. And yes, we want to help edify you and to encourage you. And yes, I do believe that living your life in and of and for God is really a good thing. I think it's a wonderful prescription for living your life the way He's called us to. But that doesn't mean,
peace.
you know what though? That doesn't mean that I'm not supposed to love and help, whether it's Ray, whether it's Chrissy, whether it's Lily, whether it's anybody else. That doesn't mean I'm not supposed to love and care for them. And to, if they said, hey, mom and dad are out of town and our car broke down and you were the only one we could think of. Well, guess what? Michelle, I got to go help the kids.
Yeah, you should have his number on speed dial just in case.
Yeah,
We are going to Florida. In a
would be
couple
helpful. But thank you, Paul and Britt. Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Sorry that we cut out a couple times. There's some glitching going on. We don't, we can't quite get there. But we love everybody. We're thankful, and we're very thankful for our young people. Those that are. That's right, Paul. That's exactly it. We need to show that the greatest commandment is to love one another, love God, love each other. So
Nothing else. No ulterior motives.
no, and nothing on right. That's the one thing that I would love to actually sit down with Lily on at some point and just say, you know, what do you think would constitute an ulterior motive? You know what I mean? That to me is important because I don't necessarily, she doesn't have to, you can get up if you want to get up. She's like, I gotta get out of here. But you
She
know,
also has the biggest case of ADHD.
well, I got some
Yeah.
myself. This is what happens.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe, hey, Michelle,
Yes.
do you want to sit over here on the couch? Come on over. Michelle's gonna sit over for a minute.
Not in particular.
Come on, come say hello.
What?
We're almost done. Come say hi.
He wants to put you on camera.
Come
Wow.
on, come say hello.
Where are we gonna sit?
Right where Lily was.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
So
And
sorry.
what are we gonna discuss?
We're just gonna say hello.
Oh, okay.
Just gonna say hello. Hey!
Where do I look? I feel like I'm looking in the
Just
wrong
look at the
area.
TV.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's happening?
A rare Michelle sighting.
I cannot believe this. Somebody call National Geographics.
I'm thinking, Jesus Now?
Yeah, it might happen, actually.
Yeah.
That might be, but
You
this,
think this
this,
was the seventh sign?
It might be,
this might
yes.
be,
No, I
Yeah.
think this might be
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
me
yeah,
on
yeah.
camera would be 7.
yeah.
Okay,
And
we
Yeah.
I'm
haven't quite
controlling
gotten
it,
there.
so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
happening.
Well, so I do think, and what do you think? I think it's an excellent opportunity to hear what Lily said about, you know, feeling like people weren't genuine in the Christian faith and walk.
Just looking to, you know, put another notch in, yep, got that one
Yeah,
converted.
Yeah. Britt, that's so true, Britt. You have no idea. That is so true. Do you see what she's saying up here in the
Saying.
down line?
This is why Michelle doesn't come.
It's so true. It's so true. It's so true. It's Britt. It is so true. It's not even funny. We put her. She knew I would put her on the spot.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that there is some deep reflection and there's some deep ability to now say, okay, why aren't they coming?
Yeah.
Why aren't they coming? Or why have they turned from that walk? Or, you know, what is going on and what have we done to precipitate that?
Yeah, and even getting back into Bill's comment from when we first started, you know, it's like, well, we lose them as teenagers. Why is that?
Yeah, why are we losing them? What are we doing? And the reason why I said, and I agree with Bill, I think Bill and Laura do a wonderful job with the kids downstairs, and they really,
Absolutely.
the kids love Bill and Laura.
Yeah.
But my question is, you know, why have we really started to see, you know, significant numbers of them walking away from really feeling like Jesus is a wonderful alternative to living a life of peace and joy, and it's okay that God has some what I think is reasonable expectations. But I would imagine that as a young person, 22 to, oh my gosh, maybe a couple days ago, that I didn't think they were that reasonable.
Yeah,
Right?
you get that,
So,
you get that rebellious streak, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think
Yeah.
we all have, you know, a lot to think about over the week and come back with your comments next week.
yeah, what do you think?
What do I think?
You're here next week? Oh, I love it. You here next week?
I'm here
You-
every week. I'm
right
just
now-
not on this part of the
All
camera.
all I know is right now I feel like if we wait 5 more minutes, it'll be about 3 hours and 5 minutes. There couldn't be any more St. Patrick than what Michelle's looking like right now.
Oh,
Mother
boy.
of mercy. Go from the big Italian guy on the chair to the wow. The Irish flag all over the joint over there.
And a shout out to our daughter, whose birthday is
It is tomorrow. That's right. Shannon's birthday is St. Patrick's Day. Shannon's going to be 74 years old. Thank you, Shannon.
Yep.
How old is Shannon tomorrow? 32?
Yes.
32. 32.
But, you know, just to add to this topic, I came in not too long ago. And
Yeah.
then I had my head in the accounting. So.
We
what-
knew you did.
What I don't have the entire concept, but, all I have to say just merely is, you know, it's a journey. And we've all been through all of those stages of trying to find ourselves and fit into society and all of the things and the questions and that type of stuff. So
Yeah.
I would say, I'd say personally, I think it's great that she has questions, she's willing to sit here and listen to,
Me berate her.
you.
Yeah, she gave you almost 2 hours. That was.
I was very
nice.
proud of her.
That's excellent.
Yeah, I was very
Yeah.
proud of her. I mean it sincerely. I'm very proud of her. And yes, 32 is close to 74. That's
Yes.
kind of how I calculate. But yeah,
I think that, I just think it's natural to have, trying to carve herself, trying to
and
figure
figure
out
it out.
what she's doing. And the one thing I will have to say is what I heard at the computer working on the counting that kept coming out was she was mentioning, bad versus good. You're bad if you're doing these, if you're good if you're doing these things. That's just society telling you that. I mean, like you said, there is no good. And, that's for the Lord to determine in your relationship whether you're doing bad or good,
Yeah,
So-
I think you so you take the scripture, and the scripture tells us, it gives us a parameter of what he would like us to live. This is how he wants us to live.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean, one of the things that we have to be genuinely concerned about is that, the young people, I think, are feeling much more these days like God is a narcissist because he loves you and he knows what's best for you. And I think part of that dilemma is, how do we get the kids to see that we are not necessarily the best decision makers for even our own lives, right? In other words, how do we get the kids to see that you want to share these decisions with the one who created you versus being reliant on just your own thought process? Because our own thoughts betray us sometimes. And sometimes they even put us in very dark places,
Right.
and that's to me, that's really where we kind of, I think, would get to the core of it. How can we help folks to say, it isn't about how Joe feels, it's not about how Kat feels, it's not about how Shell feels, it's not about how John feels. It's about how can I have a wonderful back and forth sharing relationship with a God that does love me and wants what's best for me. How can I, do some things that I'd like to do, but also do them in the context, through which he'd like me to do them. That sharing kind of life, that life shared with someone who really does love you and cares about you. So that to me is a wonderful opportunity to kind of explore, how can we help the kids feel like that actually is okay. It's okay. It's okay to have a shared life experience with a God that loves me. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but
Absolutely.
that's kind of sort of what I was feeling. I mean, besides the condemnation, which first of all, we really do have to be very careful how we rebuke and correct. The first order is reproving, right? The reproving is gently, let's sit down and let's talk about it. Then that happens over and over again. Yes, eventually there is a correction, right? There is hey, we really do need to say, how are we doing this? And I'm here, but the people that we're reproving, correcting, those who are maybe outside of what the parameter is, we have to be willing to let them understand how much we love them and truly that we're here in that walk, in the process. They don't have to look exactly like I look, or like you look, or like you look, or like you look. But there is a standard per se, and to be okay with the standard, and to want to achieve that standard, I guess is the big picture. Not easy, right? Not easy when we're all different people, and we all have different things that we think about, different desires that we have in our hearts. different ways that we want to live, you know, and maybe different skill sets, different strengths, different gifts, right? So it becomes difficult to say there's a set standard, and I think that's why, you know, he talks about general things like love me with everything you got, and love everybody else as you love yourself. That's a big general, but what it does is it really kind of encompasses then the rest of how we live, right? And
Agreed.
that's that shared experience with a big God, and then a shared experience with others. And that big God influencing us more and more about how we are to walk the walk with Him, but always loving others as we love ourselves. Not easy to do, guys. It's not an easy, this is not an easy walk.
No? Christianity
It's
is
hard
a
to sell
resistance,
that
that's for
when
sure.
the world is, yes.
Affirming, yeah,
Brett,
yeah.
very much so.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
much so. Because there used to be pushback, but there isn't anymore. So I agree with you, Britt. That's a very, very accurate statement. That's a very accurate statement. But then again, we also have to say, okay, how do we do that, right? How do we then affirm here, right? You probably
Okay,
I should probably
remember
pick it
that
up.
question?
Affirm here.
Remember that question for next week,
Yeah. Yes. Next week. Sorry.
before you go off on another half
No,
hour
on a tangent, yeah. Well, first of all, Lily jumped off the balcony, so we're gonna have to get her to the hospital now. Joe's next. Joe just got up to do the same thing.
I'm close.
So, all right, listen, we love you guys, and truly, 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 thank you. We want to thank Lily again for coming in and really being brave here. Want to thank my wife for getting on camera. My gosh, that might be, Lily, I'm sorry, that might be braver than you coming in with questions, is getting Michelle on. Lily, 30
Very
years.
true.
30 years, Lily, 30 years I've been with her. This is the first time ever on camera. So it's a long time. Anyway, listen, we love you guys, and we truly do hope that you have a blessed and highly favored rest of the week. And next week we will get to maybe some of those ideas of, you know, what do we do? How do we do it better? How do we look more, I guess the word would be appealing when we have a world that's affirming. So anyway, love you guys. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Shell.
You're welcome.
Love you guys.
you.
Joe, thank you. Lily, thank you. You guys, thank you for working through a couple of glitches, and we really do appreciate you being here. And next week we'll do this again. All right, you guys. Everybody have a great night. Have a great and blessed week. Peace. We'll go that way.
Peace
Peace out. Peace.